Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Wildboy789. Today we are in part 2 of the MDF for Necromunda, and first we are going to build these platforms, and then we are going to build the side panels of the bridge and put them on the bridge. I think I'm going to leave the side panels unattached, and I'm going to leave the bridge unattached. But more on that when we get to it. Alright, so we've pulled out the pieces to create the feet of the platforms. And basically, you want to put on these side panels because they have these little notches that will fit into here, along with the bottom. And we're putting together 4 of those, and these are just extra bits in case I need a little piece of MDF wood to fit somewhere. Those aren't part of it. Alright guys, so as you can see, these are done on both sides and ready to get the bottoms attached. I did the 4 others, and these are drying. And I decided to pull out the barrels, which I did in the first video. You can catch that in the first video, just to get them done while I'm doing this. And this door hinge is glued on with a hope and a dream. So yeah. It's looking pretty good. Once those dry, we'll get the other sides on. We'll get the feet on these. I'll get the feet on these. I'll show you that, and we'll move on to the platforms and then the bridge and the connectors. I think I'm going to leave the connectors maybe just connected to the bridge so you can lean them on top of the thing or hook them in. We'll figure it out. So I actually started working on this guy too, my second barrel, and as you can see, I ripped these to make them shorter because this piece was cut too thick for the slots in here, but the glue will cover that up. Let me show you. You can take your nail and just kind of lift up a layer and pull it off right there, and it just makes it a little thinner, and then it'll slide right on. With MDF, plastic, any hobby, you kind of just got to improvise and, you know, make it work, make it fit. So it has taken me a little bit longer to come out with this new video, but this is what I did in the old video, pretty much. And this one, the barrel was kind of turning sideways, right? So I decided to leave some planks out and make it like a busted piece. And just have it so like your guys could like shoot through there and hide behind like certain planks of wood, or even walk through it on the thicker sides. I got 2 barrels done. I got this thing done. I decided to add an extra beam on this side so this can be like multiple different ways to give you cover. So I'm just kind of making these like my own deal because this would not fit into here. I know I mentioned I was fixing it with the tabs, and it was fixing it, but if you can see, like, the angle is like to the left on the top and to the right on the bottom. It's crooked and it just won't fit in there. So, and that has to do with when I said this piece was thick, the whole board was thick. So these are thick, which means this whole circle is thicker and will not fit into this hole. And I couldn't, you know, skin all the way around it. So, you know, this is what we got done so far, and I'll show you the rest. I've also been modifying my clan rats, so like they have sockets in their arm, if I can focus there, that I filled with the insert piece from the Skaven spears, because I don't want spears. So I filled all of these arms, and I'm taking these Beastmen one-handed weapons, which don't have sockets. They're flat, and I'm putting it on the flat end, so I'm getting like these modified rat guys. So it's taken me a little while, but let's get back to the MDF for Necromunda. So I got the middle hinge up on the platform, and don't put the feet on first, because you can imagine if you were drying a foot up here, you got to balance these like this, and it's just pretty sketchy. So I'm going to balance 4 of these like this and put the platform on top, then flip the platform over and put the feet on each of those. It's looking pretty straight. I realized that this is the back. You can pop these out in the middle and kind of have like a grate to shoot through in the middle. I'm going to do one with it and one without it, and I'm just going to reinforce this one up with some glue. So just like that, I spread it on there as thin as I could, and then I took this tool over here and just kind of wiped it around as flat as I could. So that's going to be sealed, and nothing's going to hurt that. Also, when this one's done, it's going to have a good amount of glue around the edges, but I'm going to reinforce that hinge down in there with a coat of glue just to seal it in. I recommend doing that. I popped out the rest of the pieces. I got the ladders for the sides of the tower. I suppose you could put them on the side of the bridge. It's all modular. But the other set here, I might put the ladders on the side of the bridge. I don't know. Up to you. And I have to do the walls. And of course I still have to do the feet. We'll get to all that. But they have these little connectors here, right? And I think you're supposed to keep them unglued, so you can change them from the straight ones to have the bridge go from tower to tower, and the bent ones to have it go from the tower to the ground. But what I'm going to do is glue these on permanently so you don't lose them. And I'm going to cut off one of the lower tabs, and then that will rest flat on the tower, or if that bottom tab is not there, it could lean against the ground, and it'll work either way. So I'll show you what I'm talking about when I get there. Got the first part of the walls done, the bottom half. I just need the top half with the little windows, and then these clip right onto the bridge. And I have the first two towers complete, so these turned out really nice. I'm super happy with this. Nice and solid. Gonna be able to shoot through there, climb up it. The way I'm gonna play is you can pretty much climb anything, which is how Necromunda works. So I'm gonna have you run to the pillar, climb up it, then climb an inch back to the side to get up on top. And yeah, it's gonna be super cool. I just gotta put on the ladders, tops of the walls, glue the walls onto the bridge, put the little side connector pieces onto the bridge, and we're good to go. And modify those, of course. So I got the walls on the bridge here, and we just have to add the tops, so little windowed tops to that. And ladders on the towers, even though you could keep them loose and put them on the side of the bridge even, it would not work if you wanted to place the bridge sideways like that. The ladder would get caught there. So I'm just gonna glue the ladders onto the towers. And I need the little connector pieces, and we'll be done. And I'll let you guys see what it looks like when it's all finished. Basically, those connector pieces, well, I'll show you a better demonstration, but I want to keep this modular so you can have it like a bridge or a ramp, and then have a spare tower somewhere else, you know? So it gives you a lot of possibilities. I'm not going to be gluing these together. I'll show you what I mean with these in a second. Go ahead and do this with your bridge clamps. This is what I was talking about modifying them. You just take out one of their teeth and make sure it's on the bottom when you glue it to the bridge. This is everything I got going right now. I put the ladders on these. And of course you can stack these or whatever, you don't have to. And the way I did the little connectors on the bridge with the teeth off allows me to, you know, have them hanging down, or they can go from platform to platform. They can be on like that, or they could just be over. It's no big deal, you know. But it's all very modular now. Of course I put these little things on. And yeah. And the way you play Necromunda, you can climb everything. So leaving this open was actually a really good idea, because you could technically, let's say you're moving 2 inches and then 3 inches up, you could come out the middle and pop here instead of climbing out the outside and being here or up the ladder. Very cool. On to the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching.